What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back. Love, Death and Robots. Inspired by the 1981 Canadian adult animated science fantasy anthology film Heavy Metal, Love, Death and Robots is one of the darkest of the dark mainstream animated series. Originally planned as a movie by David Fincher and Tim Miller, this project was in development hell for 11 years before Netflix decided to take up as a series and not as a movie. Even with Fincher backing the project with immense directorial credentials such as Seven, Fight Club, Panic Room, Zodiac, Social Network, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Gone Girl and many more, had to wait for long to get this project materialized because the erstwhile distributor of the project, Paramount Studios, found the series too risque for mainstream audiences. Volume 2 of the series, released in 2021, takes a much toned down approach compared to 2019 Volume 1. The extent of violence, gore, sex and nudity is a lot less in Volume 2 and it takes a mature route for storytelling. But cuss words and abusive language remains the same. Volume 2 has only 8 episodes compared to 18 in Volume 1. Also, the average length is a bit more than Volume 1. The shortest story is 7 minutes and the longest is 18 minutes. Superhuman power, science fiction, dystopian future, horror fantasy and dark philosophy are the themes explored in Volume 2 in my own interpretation. Here is my top 4. Number 4. The Drowned Giant. A giant human in Lilliput. A fantasy story for kids, but not in this universe of love, death and robots. Yes, there is a giant human, but he is a dead corpse. The naked corpse of an unknown giant washes up on the shore. Academics come to observe the giant and the rest come for recreation. People mount on and play on the corpse and treat the corpse like an object for entertainment. One of the academics, Stephen, is fascinated by the giant and decided to watch from afar and observes everything from a philosophical perspective. The story is narrated in his words. He narrates the decomposition and the desecration of the corpse as time goes on, along with the waning interest of the townspeople, who eventually forget the giant's existence. This is a deep dive into the dark side of human mind that explores the existential truth about value of life and the human body. It is not an easy watch. There are no gory details, but the story does not leave you with a good feeling, yet an interesting watch. Number 3. Ice. This is a very subtle and heartwarming story. The animation technique used here is the same as used in Zuma Blue in Volume 1. Two brothers, Sedge and Fletcher, move to an ice-covered colony planet where almost the entire population has been genetically modified to have superhuman abilities, called extras. One brother, Sedge, who is not genetically modified, is treated as an outcast. Against Fletcher's advice, Sedge accompanies him to a dangerous life-threatening race fit for the modified extras. Fletcher injures his leg during the race and Sedge doesn't think twice before carrying Fletcher to safety, even without superhuman abilities. Later on, Sedge realizes Fletcher faked his injury to help his brother gain the other's respect. After all, superpower is not a matter of genetic modification, but a matter of the mind. This is a feel-good story and some fantastic visuals. Number 2. The Tall Grass. A train breaks down in the middle of nowhere surrounded by fields of tall grass. A passenger steps out to smoke against the conductor's advice. He sees some strange lights in the field and starts to wander into the tall grass to find the source of the light. He not just gets lost, but also finds the not so pleasant source of lights, which happens to be from some mysterious creatures in human form. They come for him and he runs for his life. At the end, he gets saved by the conductor. Later, he learns from the conductor that the train breaks down at the same spot very often. The conductor gives his version of who the mysterious creatures could be. This is kind of story that appears in our dreams, where you end up doing something which you know you should not do, yet you cannot stop yourself from doing it. Or those dreams in which you want to run, but no matter how hard you try, you just can't run. I interpret this story as an expression of our dark desires, which often presents itself as dreams. Number 1. All Through the House. On Christmas Eve, two curious siblings stay awake to catch a glimpse of the mythical Santa Claus. They sneak in the dark to catch a look when they hear the noise. Sounds cute, isn't it? If you expect a curt result like Santa Claus from Christmas Chronicle, then you should be present for forgetting that you are in the universe of love, death and robots. What the kids witness is diagonally opposite of one's imagination of Santa Claus. The episode ends with the kids wondering at the possibility had they been bad kids. No one really thinks or talks about it, but love, death and robots will talk about it. The other 4 episodes did not strike a chord with me. 2 of them are about malfunctioning robots, and 2 about biological immortality or virtual immortality. Yes, they talk about possibilities and future, but that's about it. I'll come back with my interpretation of Volume 3, which promises to be a lot more appealing visually compared to the first 2 volumes. I'm sure the creators will not disappoint. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'll come back with my next review. Till then, bye bye.